You know what's interesting about phones right now? It's no longer about the biggest battery or the fastest processor, and people these days are buying phones just for the cameras. And at the same time, there's this newfound love for compact phones which everyone wants a piece of, and Xiaomi thinks it can hit both of these points with these. This is the new Xiaomi 17 for India, the successor to what I think is the super underrated Xiaomi 15, and there's a lot of upgrades this time. And then there's the bigger daddy, the Toto Wolf for phone cameras, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra, a phone with things you just don't get on any other flagship phone in India right now. I mean, these are interesting phones, no doubts about that, but the big question is this enough for Xiaomi's big comeback in India? What's good here, what's not so good? You know what, let's start with the Ultra because you should see this first. The Xiaomi 17 Ultra just feels different right from when you unbox it. Just check this, the stunning looks, the silky matte finish on the back, smooth to touch but not slippery at the same time. I mean, it just feels so good to feel it. Then there's this big ass camera deco with these grooves that almost look like an actual camera, along with the iconic red accent ring, the big Leica branding, the two tiny flashlights, and a camera that looks like two big eyes on top of two small eyes, although this one's just for show because it hides the mechanical zoom periscope sitting underneath it. Clever. And then there's this cute little Ultra embossing inside a cutout with this red accents and lots of attention to detail here. And all feels very special, especially when you check out these circular volume buttons, which honestly take me back to the iPhone 4 days. And this is an Ultra, so still on the beefier side at 218 grams, but the curved frame sits very soft and nice. And add to that, the camera ring makes for a nice place for your fingers to sit for all the times when you're not taking photos. But when you are taking photos, there's the Photography Kit Pro, and this actually comes in this big box because there's a lot of stuff inside, like a lot. I mean, you get a magnetic phone case which fits nicely and still has a lot of character from the phone itself in terms of design. Plus there's this removable camera ring which you can swap with a filter adapter to use maybe an ND filter or so. But I simply love this hand grip, which also works as a 2000 mAh power bank. Plus there's also this nice red strap it comes with, and there's more to it than just making the phone look and feel like a camera. Because you get a red shutter which you can half press to focus and full press to capture just like a real camera and those iconic camera phones from the past. It even works as a camera shortcut, and then there's a zoom level, a small video button to record videos, and a rotating dial for exposure, filters, focus, all the pro controls. Now, all of that fancy kit and all is not just for show. This is truly an ultra camera phone. I mean, this is still one of the few phones that come with a 1-inch type sensor. Yeah, this is the 50 megapixel Light Fusion 1050L sensor which Xiaomi made in-house versus the Sony Leica 900 they used last year. And this has the new low-pick HDR technology, which in simple words improves HDR performance in both daytime and low light. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very impressed with the HDR here, especially with this photo I took directly against the light, and controls highlights really well without crushing the shadows, which is something many flagships still struggle with. Even otherwise, the camera captures some excellent shots. I mean, the colors here are like a magic. Get it? No? And since you get such a large sensor, the shots have this creamy shallow depth of field which just makes images look like they were shot from an actual camera. They've also fixed the dramatic vignette effect from the 15 Ultra, so it looks more natural now. And then there's the big deal, the 200 megapixel periscope camera. Yeah, only one telephoto this time. But this ain't your average telephoto lens, because this is variable optical zoom which can go from 3.2x to 4.3x and anything in between. But here's this one downside, because the minimum focus distance now has increased to 30 centimeter versus 10 centimeter on the last gen. Yeah, 3.2x to 4.3x is true lossless zoom, and the photos just speak for themselves. I mean, just look at this. There's no unnecessary over sharpening, no blooming issues in low light, and the colors, the composition feels very refreshing now. Also, the ability to zoom between focal lengths without losing on quality might not seem like a big thing now because it only goes from like 75 to 100 millimeters. But if this tech keeps improving, we might get farther focal lengths at lossless quality, which would be awesome. Even portrait shots have really good edge detection. The skin tones look amazing as well. There's different filters, which I think I've fallen in love with. I mean, the Leica Black, the White Etsy, which gets me pictures like this. The telephoto shines in low light. It captures pictures that look so realistic with the colors, the exposure control details. Everything is just on point. There's also a 15 megapixel ultra wide-angle camera, which is Samsung JN5 with an f2.2 aperture. And this captures 40mm photos. There's no distortion. There's a good amount of details too, even in low light. Now, as for the selfies, you finally get 50 megapixel autofocus camera camera and the pictures are good, but yeah, the rear cameras kind of spoiled me a bit. Now coming to videos, the Xiaomi 17 Ultra can do 4K 120fps Dolby Vision on main and the telephoto, 8K 30fps on all three rear cameras, and this is a 4K 60fps video shot from the phone, and as you can see, it's very stable, lots of detail. The panning is also smooth, but there is a small jerk when switching between lenses, so maybe this can be fixed with an update. Now as for the front, this can do 4K 60fps videos too. Now apart from obviously the big deal about this phone, the cameras, this is still a flagship phone you can use every single day. I mean, you get all the good stuff like the fast USB 3 port, dual nano SIM plus eSIM support, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and then you have the IP68, 69 ratings, Xiaomi Shield Glass 3.0 protection, which honestly I'm not entirely sure what it competes with yet. And even the front is full of surprises because this is a big 6.9-inch AMOLED, slightly bigger than the 15 Ultra, so it's basically the Samsung Ultra size now. And it's LTPO, obviously, Dolby Vision, HDR 10+, 3500 nits of peak brightness, 2000 nits in HBM. Now it's not 2K, it's 1.5K, but still pretty sharp, just not as sharp as the other Ultras. But hey, here's the kicker. This is a 12-bit screen which can display 68 billion colors, and it's for real, no FRC, no simulation here. Plus you get Dolby Vision, HDR in Netflix, YouTube, and just looks as good as it gets. The stereo speakers do sound very high quality, loud and clear with almost no distortion. Even the haptics are very strong, very crisp, exactly what you expect from a flagship phone. Coming to the performance, you get the top of the line Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip, 16GB of LPDDR5X RAM, 512GB of UFS 4.1 storage. Now if you see the benchmark scores, they're not the highest we've seen in this chip. And yes, this does heat up a little in benchmarks, a bit warm in gaming too, but we didn't notice any lag or such and no heating in outdoor camera use. So this can run anything you throw at it, even the heavier games like Wuthering Waves runs without any problems. And as the battery here is 6000 mAh compared to 6800 mAh you get on the Chinese variant. And I know it's not a lot by 2026 standards. I mean, still bigger than say the Galaxy S26 Ultra, but yeah, smaller when compared to other Chinese flagships. And I know it's still initial days, but we have been testing this and we've been getting like 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, which is awesome. And yeah, there's obviously the grip there if you want that extra juice, when shooting outdoors. As for charging, the phone supports 90-watt charging, but you do get a 100-watt charger in the box, and it's not PD, but it fully charges the phone in about 45 minutes. And yeah, the phone supports 90-watt PPS PD charging, so you can obviously use other chargers as well. There's also 50-watt wireless charging supported, along with reverse wireless charging, so yeah, all the flagship features are there. Now coming to the smaller Xiaomi 17, and I know it looks a lot simpler in comparison, but hey, as they say, simple is simply lovely. Nobody says that. Yes, this is what it looks like, and it has that compact phone feel, and I know how much you all love the Xiaomi 15. I mean, that phone was very close to being the perfect compact flagship, and compared to the Xiaomi 15, the Xiaomi 17 actually brings quite a few upgrades, but there's also a few side grades. And first up is the size. This is now a 6.3-inch display compared to 6.36 inches on the Xiaomi 15, and the bezels are slightly narrower too. So overall, the phone feels a bit smaller and also wider compared to the Xiaomi 15, which a lot of people prefer because no super narrow feel. And hey, I also like this green color. The matte back looks nice, the metal frame, and then you get this glossy camera island with the Leica branding. But personally, I still prefer the fully blacked out camera model on the Xiaomi 15, but you tell me. The phone is also pretty thin at around 8mm, weighs around 191 grams, which is very similar to the Xiaomi 15. But then comes what is my favorite upgrade in the base Xiaomi 17, and I'm talking about the fact that this is actually a smaller phone, same weight, but has a bigger battery. See, now you get a 6330 mAh silicon carbon battery, which is a huge jump from the 5240 mAh battery on the Xiaomi 15. In fact, this might be one of the biggest batteries on any 6.3-inch phone right now. And we are looking at around 8+ hours of screen on time easily, and charging is also fast. This too gets 100-watt fast charging, PD support, 50-watt wireless charging, so again, no compromises here. And apart from the smaller size, the screen is mostly similar to the Xiaomi 15. It's still a 1.5K LTPO AMOLED panel with 12-bit colors, HDR support, Dolby Vision and Netflix. PWM dimming is better, peak brightness has increased to 3500 nits, but yes, HBM is the same at 1000 nits, and I genuinely enjoyed watching videos on this using the screen also because the speakers are very good, they're loud, have good separation, and actually sound wider when compared to the Xiaomi 15. You have very punchy audio for a compact phone. Haptics are also improved, more crisper, then slightly diffused feel on the Xiaomi 15. And you still get all the good flagship things like the fast USB 3 port, IP68, 69, and ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which I think is placed just right. Another big upgrade is obviously the chip. This gets the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 along with faster UFS 4.1 storage. So performance has definitely gone up, and compared to the Xiaomi 17 Ultra, the benchmark scores are slightly lower and the phone tends to get hot a bit quicker with slightly higher peak temperatures. And it's not a problem, but size matters. And it still does really good in actual usage, aka gaming, where BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile both run smooth at 120 FPS without any heating issues. Even something like Wuthering Waves ran at an average 56 FPS on max graphics, although the phone did get warm in this one. Now coming to the cameras, the Xiaomi 17 has a 50 megapixel Light Fusion 950 main camera, which again is Xiaomi's in-house sensor. Then you get a 50 megapixel ultra wide, followed by a 50 megapixel 2.5x floating telephoto with a minimum focusing distance of 10 centimeter. And personally, I would have liked a bit more zoom, maybe at least 3x, because 2.5x is good, but does not get as close to the subject as you want, but it is what it is. There are also some slight downgrades compared to the Xiaomi 15. I mean, the main camera now has a slightly narrower aperture, so does the ultra wide. But hey, coming to the photos, they look great. I mean, this has the same Leica color science as the ultra, and you can see it in the photos. Really rich colors, the HDR is great, the telephoto too does a good job in most scenarios, and even 5x in-sensor crop photos look very detailed. Now, portraits are also pretty good, but yeah, in some photos, you do notice some HDR blooming, but other than that, flagship stuff. Now on the front too, you get a 50 megapixel selfie camera, again an upgrade over the 32 megapixel camera on the Xiaomi 15, and does a good job mostly, but there were times when I did feel the tuning could be better. I mean, the hardware here clearly has potential, so maybe updates can make it better. Now both of these phones run HyperOS 3 out of the box, animations are smooth, and the Hyper Island feature is actually something I like a lot. There's still some bloatware and glance on the lock screen, but you can disable that, and Xiaomi is promising 5 years of OS updates and 6 years of security patches. Look, overall, I really like these new Xiaomi phones. I think the Xiaomi 17 Ultra in particular is a very refreshing phone when it comes to camera performance, and I'd go as far as saying this is probably the best camera phone, at least based on my preferences, that you can buy right now in India. Now, of course, we still don't have the Ultras from Oppo and Vivo here in India, but yeah, let me know if there's any other phone you want us to compare this with. And then there's the Xiaomi 17, which overall seems like a very balanced, compact flagship. I mean, it doesn't really compromise on performance, battery, and even the cameras look to be in a better place compared to something like the S26, where the 3x telephoto isn't that great, and the iPhone 17, which doesn't even have one. Now coming to the prices, it's 2026 and prices have increased. The 17 Ultra costs 1.4 lakhs for the 16, 5 and 12GB variant, 1.3 lakhs with the 10k bank discount, and if you pre-book between March 13th to 17th, you also get the Photography Kit Pro worth 20k for free. As for the Xiaomi 17, it starts at 89,999, and if you pre-book, you get the 512GB variant at this price and a free phone damage plan. So you guys let me know what you guys think of the new Xiaomi 17 Ultra and the 17 in the comments down below, and hit subscribe for more awesome tech videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.